Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. I'm like looking down here at my sad moms that somebody was like, Peter, it so reminded me of my Aunt Kathy. Somebody was like, Peter, you should just deadhead the moms. They'll do great. So since you guys did not get a really good look at the moms last night because it was dark, I'm like vlogging early enough. Let's do a little time and temperature check, shall we? So it is currently, I was listening to Cherry Bomb. I had my iTunes shuffle on, and it came up on Cherry Bomb, which took me back to high school. I love that song so much by John Mellencamp. But anyway, it is currently 4:07 p.m. Let me slide that up. I don't want to start playing that song. But it's 4:07, which is earlier, which means I can sit in this chair instead of that chair because it's not dark yet. And the temperature, it's not too cold outside. It's 67 and partly cloudy. And Alex said it's supposed to rain, because I was like, well, I hope I get to walk tomorrow night, because it was pouring down rain last night. And he said it was supposed to rain tonight. But now it doesn't look like it's just partly cloudy. Nope, no rain. So I'm going to get done with this vlog. I have 2 videos uploading right now. These glasses are so dirty. I have 2 videos uploading right now that I didn't even expect to make. I thought I was just going to vlog today. We'll get to that in just a second. And then after I get this vlog done and I get it rendered, I'm going to go on my walk tonight. My plan is to walk for a while and walk early tonight and get much of, if not completely get done with College Girl Missing, which is the first out of two books that I have to get done for a true crime book club. So that's my plan tonight, is to take a long walk while it's still kind of light outside and or not super, super late. And then also try to finish that book tonight. Those are my 2 goals. So, but let me show you these moms really quick, okay? Look, let me give you the truth of the moms. When people are like, "Oh, you could just deadhead those." No, they're gone. You can see they got heavily rained on several nights. I know now they're still not even looking that bad. They're bad, okay? I mean, the moms are dead. I don't know if you guys can not see this or not, but they are like dead. Look at that. I mean, they're gone. So I will be throwing those in the trash, and we will be getting rid of the moms. I have not yet informed my husband, but I have decided to keep Farrah and Fernalicious, which I'm sure he has no idea what their names are, the Ferns. I have not informed him yet that we are going to, you can see, did I show you Farrah? Farrah's still doing pretty good over there, you can see. She's still doing okay, and Fernalicious is still doing pretty good up there. So I have not informed him yet that we are keeping them through the winter, you know. He'll be fine with it. He'll be like, okay, but you're watering them. I'm not dealing with them, so I'll water them. Which is so funny, because like a lot of the indoor plants, like Alex waters them once a week. And he's just not like a plant person, but it cracks me up because he goes and gets like the watering. It's like usually gets like this Kool-Aid thing of water, and then he like goes and like fills all the plants and stuff like that. So, but anyway, maybe he'll fall in love with Fernalicious and Farrah. Who knows? Okay, how are you guys doing today? Are we doing okay? So I don't really know how to even start this vlog, in all honesty. I know that a lot of people are probably wanting to know my opinions of what I think about the election and all this kind of stuff. Alex and I, well, he started watching it really early last night, the returns. He was like switching between channels and all this kind of stuff. Alex watched it pretty closely, and I did some of it too. I wanted to walk, but it was like pouring down rain. So finally I sat down there and I was watching it with him. We watched it for about 2 hours. And then between that and social media, it just was a lot for me. And so I said, can we like watch something else and just like take a break from this for a little bit? And he was like, yeah. So, which we kept on like refreshing like the CNN page, you know, to like see the return totals and stuff like that. But we watched this movie, which Alex picked and he thought was completely cheesy. I didn't think it was that bad, but it's called Time Cut. It's like #1 on Netflix right now. And it's about this girl who, her sister is murdered like in 2003, and then after she's murdered, her parents have her, so she never met her sister. And then she finds a time machine. It sounds completely cheesy. I didn't think it was that bad. I kind of liked it. It reminded me a little bit of like Pretty Little Liars, like the new one, the original sin, minus the time machine. If it was like Pretty Little Liars with science fiction. So we watched that. Alex thought it was corny as hell. He hated it. He was like wanting to turn it off halfway through. And I was like, no, this is like distracting my mind. Let's like, you know, watch this. So And so her sister goes back in time to try to, like, stop her sister from getting murdered. Anyway, I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was cheesy as hell, but I didn't think it was horrible. So we watched that last night, and then we went back and we watched the returns and stuff like that. Alex had to get up super early for work this morning, so he ended up going to bed at, like, I think it was like 11 o'clock. He ended up going to bed. And I was like, are you not going to stay up later to see what happens? He's like, we're not going to know till tomorrow anyway. And I was like, okay. So I went upstairs, and I laid down with him for about an hour. And then I got up and was looking at everything again and, you know, watching everything. And I was like, you know, I need to, I just need a distraction. And so I watched, I think, 2 or 3 episodes of Elsbeth last night. And I'm loving that show. I just have to tell you, for all of those out there that recommended that show to me, it's just such a comfort show. I don't even really know how to explain it. So I talked about it yesterday. Another YouTuber texted me today. Well, Zachary Michael. He texted me, he goes, you talking about Elsbeth cracks me up so much. But because I talked about it in my drama video yesterday. I don't even remember what he said about it. Hold on a second. Cherry Bomb keeps on coming up. What did he say about me talking about Elsbeth? Oh, he was talking about, he said, you watching Elsbeth is so funny to me because while I'm watching Survivor or Big Brother, I always get so annoyed by all the ads for Elsbeth on the show. He's like, I haven't watched it yet. But is it a spinoff of 2 shows? Is it a spinoff, he said, of The Good Wife and The Good... I don't know anything about them, The Good Fight. If you finish it and want more to watch, he said, they came for... Oh, I didn't know that they were spinoffs. I had no idea that they were spinoffs of those shows. He said, if you want something else good to watch this. So I didn't know that they were spinoffs of that show. But anyway, I really like Elsbeth. It's really like a comfort show. So she is like... She's the police of the police. Like, she's like this legal defense team. Hey, how are you? I'm good. It's pretty today.
Love this weather.
It's so nice. Very fallish.
Yes.
You don't have your winter coat on, and it's colder today than it was the other day.
I know. I can't make up my mind. Actually, I'm freezing right now.
Are you?
Not too bad.
That's why I made hot coffee instead of having iced coffee.
I want a Starbucks.
You do?
Love them.
Have a good one. I had an iced coffee with Caroline today. So Elsbeth is just such a comfort show, I just have to tell you. And so I wanted to start Matlock. That was like my goal too, because only 4 episodes are out and the 5th episode comes out on Thursday because it's a current season. I think I watched 2 episodes of Elsbeth. I got up at like 12:30, talked to Tanya on the phone for a while, talked to Nikki on the phone for a little while, and that's when I watched Elsbeth, and I lit all the candles. Of course, the whole time I'm like going in and out, looking at little election returns and stuff. And then I was like, no, you know, I think I'm going to watch. And at that point, it was like past 3 o'clock in the morning. They weren't really saying a whole lot anymore. And so I was going to go to sleep, and I was like, no, I think I'll start Matlock, and I'll watch like 15 minutes of it. So Matlock, I thought it was like, and I guess it kind of is, a reimagining of the original Matlock, but it's with Kathy Bates, and I love Kathy Bates. So I was like, okay, well, let's give this a try. A lot of people have recommended this to me, too. So I watched it. It's a lot different than I thought it would be. So it's not, I thought she would be like, it would be the same show, but like just her instead. And she actually references the show at the beginning, because her name is Maddie Matlock, is the name that is her name. And so she's like, there's my neighbor coming home. She almost drove into her garden. Oh, she must have something to drop off close to her garden because she's pulling up real close to it. But it's different. So she goes to work for this law firm. You find out at the end of the first episode why she goes to work there. But, like, I had no clue, like, watching the whole first episode. At the very end, there's kind of a twist to it, the end of the first episode, which makes the show even so much better. But she's really good in it. And so it's her kind of, like, solving cases. It's very kind of similar to Elsbeth a little bit. But it's a comfort show, too. And I just fell in love with it. I could have watched the first 4 episodes last night, but I was tired, and I was like, you need to just go to bed. Because Caroline was coming to pick me up today at 12:15, and I wanted to get up and get some stuff done, and didn't know, really what I was going to wake up to today and stuff like that. So, like, before I got in the vlog, I kind of wanted to, like think about how to to say this. As far as, you know, the vlog is a very safe place, not just for me, but for other people. And I want to continue to have it be a safe place. If people want to share their feelings in the comment sections about anything, not just about the election, but about anything in life, always feel free to share your feelings, right? Or your emotions. What I want to do is keep it to be a safe place and not be attacking of other people and not be attacking of what they share, okay? If people leave comments that are very, very nasty or rude or attacking of other people, I will say, and I want to make this very, very clear because I've let it slide a little bit, but people that are attacking of my family members or my friends, I will immediately block you, okay? And if I find out about it later, I will block you. People aren't going to come and say shit about my family and my friends. They just aren't, okay? Number one. Number two, if every comment that you leave on my vlog, I hardly ever block. I don't think I've blocked anybody on this channel in quite some time. But if and like on my other channels, like people are all the time are like, he deletes comments. No, you get blocked is what you do. And I hardly ever block people from any of my channels. But this is a channel that I have addressed it on, and so I'm going to address it again. And maybe I need to be swifter with my block button other times. It doesn't really happen very often, in all honesty, so I never really find I mean, you know, a lot of times people accuse me, they'll be like, oh, you're deleting comments. I'm like, I know. You know what's interesting is I actually went in, and you can go into your comments, and I went into my comments. I don't remember what channel it was. It might have been on this channel. And it was like, I didn't even realize I'd forgotten that there's like this section called held comments. And it's words that YouTube filters out. And so if you have a word, it's like I have certain blocked words on all of my channels, but they're words that you would expect to be blocked. I mean, they're words like the F word, derogatory words, things like that. They're not words that would surprise you if you saw what my blocked word list were. And they're really because I don't want to be called offensive names, but I also don't want people in my comment sections to be called offensive names. I can handle being called the F word, okay, at 52 years old, but I don't want people in my audience to be called derogatory words, so that's why I have those blocked words in there. But YouTube also does too, or if like somebody leaves a comment a lot, like sometimes those comments are reported as spam, and so their comments don't show up, because people all the time are like, they'll DM me, and they'll direct message me, and they'll be like, I don't know why my comment's not showing up, and I'm like, I'll look at they'll send me a comment, I'm like, I have no idea why your comment's not showing up. That's why I was going over there and looking, and I think it was on my vlog, actually. And so I went in and I was like, oh, I totally forgot that it's like YouTube holds comments for reviews. Now, all of my comments just go right through. So I have that set over here that my comments go straight through. But YouTube, if they have an issue with the comment, they hold it. And I literally went through there. I was reading the comments. I was like, and some of the comments, I'll be honest with you, I was like, from a lot of people that leave comments on a regular basis, I was like, I don't even know why this comment was held for review. It makes absolutely no sense. Now, I've heard from other YouTubers that YouTube sometimes randomly does that. They just kind of pick I almost said condoms. They pick comments out, you know, and just like randomly say, you know, we're going to hold this. I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about it. But I do know that night that I went through, I like approved a bunch of comments, because I was like, I didn't even realize. I don't ever go over and look at my held. It's been years since I've gone over there and looked. So when I went through there that night, I was like, well, hell, I should go through all these comments from like the past month. And there were, to be honest with you, too many of them. So if your comment doesn't go through, I don't know why, okay? The only time that I ever, and I don't delete comments, I block people. And I usually give people 3 or 4 chances. And if every comment that they leave is something negative or complaining, and this is the only channel that I really do it on. I don't do it on my other channels unless people are absolutely nasty and they're cutthroat, either to me or it's usually to an audience member, like they're attacking somebody, and then I'm just like, no, you're done. Okay, like we're gonna play nice on the playground. With me, if people say stuff to me, I can handle it. I usually let it slide, but I'll be like, okay, let's see if their next comment's nice. If their next comment's nice or civil, if their next comment's civil, then I'm like, okay, maybe they're just having a bad day. It takes a lot to get blocked. I've talked about it over here before, right? Not a whole lot has changed. I haven't really changed that a whole lot. So, but if every comment that you leave is absolutely negative over here, what I realize is you're not really having that good of a time over here. So I'm going to help you leave. And I haven't done that in a really long time. So I just want to make it clear that going forward, I am going to do that. If you attack another audience member, or you attack me, or you attack my family members and things like that, or people that I love in my life, if you say something like Tanya's a piece of shit, you're going to get blocked. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. You know, I don't know what to tell you. So I want to make that very, very clear. But I was really thinking about how to go into this today, because somebody commented on the video, and the last night's video, and they said, can we just, a lot of people were like, thank you for vlogging and posting this vlog last night, because you know, after like reading or watching the election results, they needed kind of like a respite and whatever. Like it was too much. And then other people were like, there was like one comment that said, can we leave this comment section like free of like binging like political comments and stuff like that? So I thought about it, and what I thought was, I'm going to share my feelings. If you want to share your feelings, feel free to do that. I don't want to attack anybody over their feelings, okay? I also don't want it to be, this person's right, that person's wrong, whatever. I'm talking about emotions and feelings, okay? For example, I'm sad and I'm scared today. It's a real feeling, okay? I'm unsure of what the future holds. So those are my feelings when people want to know what I think about the election and going forward. I'm scared. I hope that I'm proven wrong in my fear. And, oh, there's my neighbor walking. Hey! She's listening to a podcast. She's got her AirPods on. I hope that I'm wrong in my fear. And I hope that there's nothing to worry about. But I'm very scared. And on many different levels. So those are my feelings. If you want to share feelings similar to that, feel free to do that. What I don't want it to be is the comment section. This vlog has always been a safe place for me, and I think it's a safe place for other people. I don't want this to be, well, I disagree with you because of that. Okay, you can't disagree with somebody's feelings or emotions. Those are my feelings and those are emotions. You can't say, well, you can't be afraid, whatever. Those are my feelings and those are emotions, and that's as far as it's going to go over here. Okay, so I just want to say that I do not want my comment section to become a battleground. This has been a safe place for a lot of people. This has been a respite for a lot of people. Wherever you stand, wherever you live in the world. And not everybody that watches my vlog lives in the United States. So I want this to remain a safe place. You want to share your feelings, share your emotions, that's fine. We're not going to get into this tit for tat kind of thing over here on the vlog. We're just not going to do that. So I just want to make that very, very clear. Yeah, so feel free to share your emotions, and please, let's not attack each other over it, okay? And I also don't want to get into political dissertations and things like that in the comment section. I just don't, right? So that's where I'm at today. I've also today, to be honest with you, it was Cousin Funday today. I was really happy to get out of the house. When we were driving around, because Caroline was like, do you need to get home soon? Because she had to run to do this one errand. I was like, no, let's just go. Like, I don't even think I'm going to film any videos today, honestly. I think that so many people are online, like, reading and posting. It just seems constant that I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to do my vlog today, and I'm not going to do anything else. And I think that it's just a day for people, let them, however they feel or think or whatever. Like, I'll just, tomorrow I'll pick up the pieces and start filming videos on all of my channels and whatever. Well, I came home and I'd actually picked up something from the P.O. box. I knew that I was getting something at the P.O. box, so we ran by the P.O. box. Well, I ended up getting like 8 packages, and I didn't expect that. So tomorrow's a weight loss journey. Friday's the movie club, so it would be Saturday before I would open the boxes. So I didn't want to just leave all 8 boxes sitting in the living room, or I'd have to put them in the garage, and our garage is so small anyway. So I was like, I'm just going to do the P.O. unboxing today. Well, at the very end of the P.O. unboxing, Andrea sent me a box of candles, and so I was like, oh, I should review these. So I literally sat right there, turned the camera off, turned it back on, and did a review of the candles. And honestly, it got me out of a lot. Coming home today from Cousin Funday was really, really difficult for me today. Caroline made some comments about Boo when we were walking up here. I was thinking about, like, if I did film the video, like, was Boo gonna run downstairs? I mean, it just didn't even click for a second. And we walked up, and Caroline was like, this just feels really different without Boo Radley here. Because I'd always bring him outside, and, he'd run around and trot, and Caroline would, like, bend down and pet him and pick him up, and he'd say hi to his, cousin Caroline, his Aunt Caroline, and Caroline just got real sad when we walked up here, and she was like, it just feels really weird without Boo here, and, so it got me out of that a little bit today to film those 2 videos, but I wasn't gonna even film those, and then it just kind of like ended up happening. So, and then here we are, and now I'm vlogging, and so I'm going to vlog and talk to you guys about what's going on in my life and my plans, and then I'm gonna go take a walk tonight and then watch some comfort TV shows. I still have Golden Bachelorette from last week to catch up on, but watch some comfort TV shows, spend some time with Alex, and then I'm sure he is really, really tired today because he had a hard time falling asleep last night, and then he had to get up super early today. So, yeah, so that's where we're at. It has been really, I will be honest with you though, I've stayed I was on social media for a little bit when I got up, and I just was like, I can't do this today. Like, I got to stay off a little bit. So I haven't really been on social media a whole lot today, you know. I've stayed off of it a lot. That was one of the reasons why I wasn't going to film any videos, and I was like, what can it hurt to film a review video and a really sweet PO unboxing, you know? It's like, so I did do those, but I really haven't been on social media a whole lot today. When I was on it earlier, it felt loud. So our friends had to put their dog down yesterday, which was really, really sad, and they'd had their dog about as long as we had Boo Radley, and he just wasn't doing good, and he hadn't been doing good for a while. And so Alex, like, that was when we were watching the movie, he was like, oh, they had to put their dog down, and so we were messaging with them last night. It's just so sad. It's like, you know, when something like that happens, it kind of just like stops everything and puts everything into perspective. I feel so bad for them, you know. So yeah, so last night I watched Elsbeth. I think maybe I just watched 2 episodes. I thought I watched 3, but I'm on 6, going into 6. So I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I'm done with the first season, and then I'm going into the second season. And then I watched the first episode of Matlock. And then we watched that movie, which was cheesy at best. And Alex was on his phone most of the time anyway, so it didn't really matter. I was kind of into it. Yeah, and then I got up. I had kind of a hard time falling asleep last night. But then got up today and got ready. Caroline texted me at like 9 o'clock this morning. I was like, who is texting me so early this morning? And she was like, she sent me this picture. This old-timey picture of these people. So she was going through stuff, and she was like, do you know who this is? And I said, I can hardly even see it. Then that's why she sent me the bigger version of it. And she said, we found it. It's not her dad's side because she asked her other cousin. And I said, I have no idea. Are we still going at 12:15? Like, I have no idea who this person is. But Caroline's like, it's not her dad's side. Okay, so this is who I think this is. I think this is our grandfather. Caroline and I's grandfather. Because she was like trying to explain it to David. I think this is, it looks like my mom a little bit. When she was a little baby. Does it look like me at all? You're like, no, not at all. I think it's my grandfather on my mom's side. Like when he was a baby, which means this guy smoking a cigar would be my great-grandfather. But I never met my grandfather because he passed away when he was 39. My mom always said 36, but it was 39, we found out. So, add that to our list of things to figure out on our hunt for grandma. I was talking about, somebody asked me my opinion about people exercising their right to vote or not vote on my unpopular opinion video yesterday, in my drama video that I did. And I was talking about how difficult it is to vote if you're incarcerated, you know, and that most convicts can't vote and things like that, but that some people that are incarcerated can't vote, and that this year they were taking polls in, you know, to certain places and whatever. But there's a lot of, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of hoops that you have to go through to be able to vote if you're incarcerated. And somebody commented on my drama video and said, does it include embezzlement? Was your grandma able to vote when she was incarcerated? I was like, because I was talking about like some jokes, or like I was talking about like the P. Diddy jokes. Like it's like there's real victims. Like that's kind of like, that's not funny. But I was like, when I read that one about my grandma, I was like, that is kind of funny, honestly. Like I don't know. I don't know because we never talked about it because I didn't know that she was incarcerated when I was alive, when she was alive. And I don't know that. I mean, I was 13 when she passed away. I don't know at 13 I would have been like, my first question would have been like, well, Grandma, did you vote when you were in prison? I don't know that that would have been my first question. It's weird to even think that now. Like, it's weird to think of like my concept of my grandma. Like sometimes like I talk about it so much in videos, you know, but like the concept of the fact of like what I knew of my grandma, like it doesn't surprise me. I mean, she was a good person. My grandma was a really, really good person. But like physically, to see my grandma, like, I think I showed pictures on here not too long ago. Like, when I was born, my grandma looked like she was 80. I mean, supposedly after my grandpa died, her hair turned white, like, overnight, which was what everybody said, but I don't know if that was true or not. But I mean, to imagine my grandma like in, you know, a jail suit playing cards in prison, no, that doesn't. I could physically see my grandma doing that. It surprises me knowing my grandma, because my grandma was like, she wouldn't hurt a fly, so it surprises me. But I don't know, maybe there was a side of my grandma. I will say this, I mean, there were a couple moments, like I remember in Caroline and I, she doesn't remember this. It's so funny the things that Caroline remembers, because she was telling me stories when we were coming home about her and her friend going through, because I was showing her where I walk around here, and she was like, oh, I used to go through those tunnels. I said, yeah, Caroline, I remember you and I and this girl, we did it one time. She's like, we went through these tunnels and through here, and she's like, oh, we used to do that all the time, like the creek tunnels that you can like go through. And she's like, oh yeah, we used to do that all the time, and you know, people get like, my parents will always be like worried about where we were and stuff like that. So she remembers that from being a kid, but she doesn't remember anything about our grandma. And I said something to her about, oh, I told this story before. We were in a grocery store. It was Caroline, and I can physically see it. My grandma was really short. My grandma, when she passed, was like 4'10", and my mom would say that she was 5 foot all her life, but then because she didn't drink her milk, because my mom would always say this to get to me to drink my milk. She's like, if you don't drink your milk, you'll end up like grandma, because she has osteoporosis. And so my grandma shrunk, and she also had like a hunched back. And so I can see her like pushing this grocery cart, and she was just like right over it. I mean, this is like, I would have been at the time like 5 or 6. So we're talking 76. Oh, I was born in 72. So 77, 78. And Caroline's 3 years older than me. So if I was 6, she was 9. And we're in this grocery store. I can see us. Like, we're both hanging like on either side of this grocery cart. My grandma's pushing it, and she's smoking a cigarette in the grocery store. Can you even imagine? And this woman came up to her and said, I can't believe it. Something like smoking in a grocery store or something like that. And my grandma, I mean, she was very sweet to us, but I guess sometimes she could be a little rough around the edges. And I'll never forget, she like growled at this woman. I'm not literally like, but she was like, mind your own GD business. I literally, I can remember that like it was just yesterday. Like I can see the scene in my head, and I was like, just like looked at my grandma, like she like went off on this woman and just kept on pushing the car, you know. So weird to think all the places you could smoke back in the day, you know. Anyway, Caroline doesn't remember any of those things. She remembers loose meat sandwiches. It was actually a conversation on Halloween, because somehow it got brought up, and everybody was like, what were loose meat sandwiches, and why did you get loose meat sandwiches and Peter got chicken or turkey pot pies or chicken pot pies or whatever? And Caroline's like, I don't know, but it was gross. And she's like, loose meat sandwiches is like ground beef but on like white bread, not toasted, with butter on the bread. This is so gross that my grandma made that to that's my cousin's memory of my grandma. And Zippo lighters, Salem lights that she smoked, and drinking coffee or little Cokes is what we were, and juicy fruit. She had this drawer in her kitchen that had her towels in it. She always had a carton of Salem Lights. And then she also had like flints in there for her lighter. And then she also had like a whole big thing of like juicy fruit gum, because she juicy fruit gum like it was going out of style. And packs of cards too, because she always was playing cards. So she'd have like new cards that she would have. My grandma passed away. That was one of the only things I wanted. Like my mom was like, what do you want of your grandma's? And my grandma had like this like poker chip thing. It was like, it would spin and it had all these poker chips in it. And in the middle of it had 2 cards, because she would play poker with her girlfriend. She'd also play like bridge. My grandma was like a big bridge player. Honeymoon bridge with just one other person. And then she had like bridge night with her girlfriends and stuff like that. And canasta, she played all of that. And so I wanted my grandma's cards. And so they're here somewhere, probably in the basement in a box that I put them in somewhere, and I don't even remember them. But anyway, so weird. Caroline doesn't remember any of that. So weird. It's weird things that Caroline remembers. But so she was explaining to everybody what loose meat sandwiches were. But what everybody really wanted to know was why I got the chicken or turkey pot pies and Caroline got the loose meat sandwiches. She's like, I don't know, maybe grandma didn't like me as well. I was like, Caroline, grandma loved you. Her and my grandma were really, really close. I mean, probably closer than I was with my grandma, because I was like younger. But my grandma stayed with my aunt and uncle a lot. So when Caroline was younger, she stayed with my aunt and uncle. I mean, she stayed with us too, but not as much. So the thing is that like my grandma, so we think that maybe my mom kind of hinted at it, but like she never really knew. And I don't know that I specifically asked my aunt, maybe a couple times, but like I don't know that I got specific stories. But we think like, so our grandfather was a bartender for this bar here in town that was called the Thunderbird. And they ended up reopening it like 20 years ago, and it's like this very beatnik. It's in Fountain Square. Well, they ended up just closing it not too long ago. But it was like the original like first like cool bar in Indianapolis. And our grandfather was, because we found his liquor license and it said the Thunderbird on there. And he was one of the first bartenders ever at the Thunderbird. Which is so weird when it reopened. And then, you know, my grandfather was like one of the very first bartenders there. I remember Alex and I went there one time, Alex and I, yeah, we went there and we were telling the server about it. This is kind of a weird story. But anyway, my mom would kind of hint at the fact that maybe her dad had been an alcoholic, and she just like, they never really talked about it. He did smoke a lot. He smoked like, I think my mom said that the battery stopped. I can't believe like I talk so much. I have my hand like this on the coffee mug. Oh, this is actually the Community Coffee Holiday Blend. I tried the waffle cone one last night. It's good. It doesn't really taste like a waffle cone, but... Or maybe is it the Community Coffee Holiday Blend or a different holiday blend? I think it's the Community Coffee one. But anyway, at one point my grandma, because my mom would say, they called them daddy, my mom, and they would say mother and daddy. Because their dad died when they were 4 and 6, I think, is how old they were. And so, which was one of the reasons why, like, my mom was, like, very fearful her entire life. And she would say she had a lot of abandonment issues and bereavement issues from her dad dying young, and nobody really explained it to them, and they didn't really understand, and so they were always very afraid. My mom was always very afraid of, like, controlling situations, men, and things like that. She was very worried about that. Plus, they were fostered out a lot. I didn't put in foster homes. I didn't know that. See, I still say foster because that's fostered out, because that's what my mom would say. Oh, we were fostered out to families. When I asked my aunt that, she was like, we were fostered out to families. Like, they would take care of us for a summer. She goes, but we were also in foster care. Like, for a long time, we were in foster care. I don't know any of those stories because my aunt didn't get into it, and that was after my mom passed away. My mom never once said she was in foster care. She said she was fostered out to family members. My mom's one uncle that she had, that they stayed on a farm, it was her aunt and uncle. She could not stand him. She loved her aunt, but like, and I found letters back and forth between them, but her uncle, like my mom, the Mommy Dearest scene where like, she makes her like eat the liver the next morning. My mom literally said that was her uncle. He would say things to her like, you girls are blessed that you're staying here. Like, they were like super, super religious, and they would stay there for a whole summer. And so my mom would say, my mom was very weird her whole life about eating everything on her plate. And so she didn't want to waste food. And so I can remember like her talking about how it came from this one uncle, and they would stay there in the summers because my grandma, after my grandpa passed away, she couldn't afford to take care of them for a whole summer. And certain apartments back then were cheaper to rent out if you had no kids. And so I think that they stayed with them the summers before and after my grandfather passed away, because I remember my mom one time saying something about we stayed there before Daddy passed away, she would say, because it was cheaper for them to get an apartment without girls in the summer. So they would like get an apartment for 3 months. It was cheaper. I don't know how it all worked. I don't know enough about it. This is part of what is really fascinating and interesting to me. Both of my parents came from extremely, extremely poor backgrounds. Like my grandfather was a homicide detective with 5 kids. My dad didn't even meet his dad until he was 4 years old, because my grandma got pregnant, and then my grandfather was shipped off to Germany. My grandfather was in Germany for World War II, and when he came back 4 years later, my dad was 4. So my dad didn't even meet his dad till he was 4. He was a homicide detective. I mean, police officers don't make a lot of money, and he was a homicide detective in Allen County, Indiana. And so like my dad said he was like super, super poor. Plus he was like a pool shark. So my dad said like he can remember like he and my grandma my grandfather and my grandmother getting into it, because my grandfather would want to go like shoot pool, and he was really good at it, but sometimes he would win a lot and sometimes he wouldn't. He would lose a lot. But my dad would talk about how like they would have like, you know, the old stories, like we'd have one pair of like, pants or jeans and shoes for like the entire school year. My dad told a lot of those stories when I was growing up. But my mom would say, like, she changed, like, 10 schools and, like, you know, 10 or 12 schools in 12 years or something like that. I mean, they changed schools, not in high school, but, like, in elementary and junior high. Hello?
Hi.
I thought you were going to drive into your garden today when you were coming home. Yeah.
Didn't worry you?
Yeah, I got to throw my pumpkins away. I think they're moldy and gross. Huh. Well, good for you. Better carve them. Oh, she must have been with her sister, because her sister's car was there, and now her sister must be leaving, because I hear. And then her husband has to come out and move all the cars. It's so cute. We were having a little powwow on the street earlier, my neighbors. We were all talking about stuff, world stuff, and but anyway, my mom. my mom was very, very poor growing up. And, I mean, almost to the point where I think they knew it, but, like, my grandma tried to hide it and always buy them the nicest things, which my mom and my aunt always felt really bad about. Which I think also probably led to the embezzlement and stuff, which I think is why, like, they wanted to keep it a secret. My dad especially was like, they never wanted you to think bad of your grandmother, you know? But I do remember my mom saying that her dad smoked, like, 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes a day. I mean, that's a lot of cigarettes. And he died of lung cancer at 39. And he started smoking really early, like when he was, like, 12 or something. I don't know where my mom heard that. I think 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes is, I mean, but maybe as a bartender just standing there smoking the whole night. I don't know. Like, that just seems like a lot to me. But anyway, I don't know who that person is. I have to look through my pictures in the basement and see if I have the same picture, because if I do, then that means it's, you know, on our side. But maybe it's on Caroline's dad's side and she just doesn't know. But she asked her cousin. She said her cousin knows all about that kind of stuff on her dad's side. So what was I talking about? I don't remember. So my neighbor across the street, if you all want to know what she's like, when I was watching Matlock last night, she reminds me so much of Kathy Bates in Matlock. If my neighbor had she has short hair. It's kind of like, I don't know really how to explain it. It's like short and kind of like, she's got kind of like a cool do. But like, her thinking and stuff like that is very much like Kathy Bates' character in Matlock. I was going to tell her that. She reminds me so much of that. She would like that show too. So Caroline and I ran around today. She had a couple errands that she had to run. I just wanted to get out of the house. Got coffee. I didn't really get anything today. Nothing to show in a haul. And we went to Costco. We went to the post office. First she had to go to this errand that was like way far away. She was like, do you care? And I was like, no, I just want to get out of the house for a little bit. And so we drove around, and then there was like road detours because of construction. Then we went to the post office, and I got all these packages. I had to like push it out there on one of those crate things. I was kind of surprised that I had that many packages. And I mean, it was really sweet. Some of them were very sentimental. It was really sweet. Some of them were like people had sent them before Boo had passed away, and it was really nice. It was kind of hard to read like the cards and stuff, and people were like, I'm praying for Boo Radley. It was hard, you know. Went to the post office, and Caroline was like, do you care if I go to Costco? I said, Caroline, I wasn't going to make any videos. So at that point, I was like, no, I'm just going to do this. I'll do this unboxing on Saturday or something. So I was like, I'm just going to do my vlog when I get home today. You know, I don't know that I think people are really wanting to watch a bunch of YouTube videos today. You know, everybody's talking about other stuff. So, and then I was like, that's when I was like, where am I going to, like, just keep this stuff? And, I mean, they're big packages, so where am I going to put them? Just in the living room, just stacked on top of each other like Christmas? So, I will say when I was out today, like, Caroline and I were talking about a trip, like, going on a trip, and I said, well, our next trip is going to Miami in March, and then after that, she's like, you need to go somewhere now. She was like, there's nothing keeping you here. She was like, you guys were going to go visit Jesse and Fufu. She was like, you didn't do that. She goes, you guys were going to, you know, because you have this wedding. She goes, you were going to leave after that, but you weren't because of Boo Radley at New Year's. It's very expensive to go somewhere at New Year's. We love doing it. I just, you know, as much as I spend, I'm also like a huge saver. And so, like, I think I said in a vlog not too long ago, like when Alex and I were talking about it, I was like, I want to go into like 2025 like debt free. Like, I mean, it's not like I couldn't just like go. I mean, neither one of us have huge. We own our house outright. I don't have a car. You know, it's like our bills are very small. But I'm trying to put a lot into I mean, I'm 52 years old. You know, and I make YouTube videos. You go figure it out. I mean, so like, I'm really big on saving. I've been big on saving for like 25 years of my life. I really believe in saving a lot of money. I don't overspend. I'm like very like, I know it seems like I do hauls all the time, but I'm very frugal with that kind of stuff. So to book a trip right now and go somewhere would mean that like I would go into 2025 having to pay like credit card bills. I would like to go into 2025 with no credit card bills. You know what I'm saying? And so yes, I could take the money out of savings and pay it, but I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And so that was one of the reasons why we were like, let's just wait until March. Talking to Caroline today, Caroline is she's going to Mexico in January with girlfriends. She has another trip planned next month. Next year for their anniversary, they have a big trip that like her son David and his girlfriend are going with them on, and they're going on an Alaskan cruise. She's real excited about it. And so she's got like 5 trips planned in the next. She's like, babe, you need to plan a trip. She was like, I understand that you're sad about Boo Radley. She was like, but there's nothing keeping you at the house anymore. She was like, just go. She's like, go away for 3 or 4 days. So I think when Alex comes home tonight, I'm going to be like, do you want to get away for 3 or 4 days? We go to Mexico, you know, we could go, I don't know, somewhere, the Bahamas or something. We've never been to the Bahamas together. So I don't know, we might talk about it tonight and kind of look at some prices, and if we can keep it kind of like low, and maybe just go for 3 or 4 days. Maybe not go for 7 to 10 days, but go 3 or 4 days and, you know, just get away and walk on the beach and watch some TV shows and be romanticals and eat some good dinners, you know. I don't know, you know. We'll see. So maybe. It feels weird leaving here, even though like Boo is gone. Like even thinking about a trip, I'm like, well, Boo, but like I don't, you know, I don't know. I think it would be good for me to get away for a couple days. So I'll see. Alex brought it up the other night, and I was like, no, let's just wait till March. But Caroline said to me today, she said, my mom passed at 64. Caroline and I talk a lot about that. We talk about the fact that my mom passed at 64. Caroline said to me today, she said, you are such, I mean, I've talked about budgeting on my channels and all that kind of stuff, right? She's like, you are such a saver, and everybody knows that you're a saver. She goes, but at some point, she was like, you have to also live your life. She's like, what are you saving for? She's like, what if you don't make it to 75? Which is, like, I think about that, right? Like, what's the point? So that Alex can have it? I mean, that's great. I want my husband to be able to be taken care of when I'm gone, you know, but he has his own job and retirement plan, just like I do, and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, it'll be nice for him someday, but like, maybe, and Caroline's like, you need to take the trip. You need to buy the things that are going to make you happy. I mean, I do buy the things that make me happy, but she was like, you know, you're going to remember going on a trip with your husband now, 5 years down the road. You're not going to remember the $2,000 to $3,000 that you saved in the savings account. She's like, you save enough money as it is. Just spend it and go enjoy a trip. And I think she's probably right about that. So I don't know. I'll talk to Alex about it when he gets home tonight. Maybe we'll look at some dates or whatever, you know? To be honest with you, I kind of love to go to Las Vegas, but it's cold in Las Vegas, isn't it? I mean, I want to go somewhere where I can sit at a pool. That's the truth right there. Wherever we go, it'll be somewhere, excuse me, that I can sit at a pool, that we can walk on a beach. So I don't know, maybe tonight we'll look at some different places, and I don't know. Like, the thing with Mexico is that it's like really short distance from here. I mean, you can get there in like 2 to 3 hours, right? Well, not 2 hours, but probably 3 hours you can get there. I would love to do like Aruba. I haven't been to Aruba since I was a kid, and Alex and I have talked about it quite a bit. Am I getting a package? What package am I getting? Maybe I'll have to do a haul right here. Aruba's like a half a day travel. The Bahamas might be a good idea. I would love to do, like, if we do it, like an all-inclusive, so that I can just, like, we can have it all paid for and not have to worry about it when we're there. So I don't know, I'm gonna talk about it to Alex. The other thing is, like, this is not a great time as far as like hurricane season and stuff like that. Am I getting like more than one box? He's like pulling all these boxes out. What did I get? Oh my god, I forgot to tell you guys about this. I know what this is, what it could be. Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. Hey! You got all kinds of boxes for me.
Well, I got one for you and 2 for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're 24, right?
Yeah.
Yep, like last time. I figured it out this time.
Figured it out. No, I can deliver it. Hey, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
Hey, you too. Drive safe. I have no idea what it is. Is it for Alex? No, it's this really small package. We'll open it in a second. But what I do have to tell you, so the trip, we'll just end that story. I don't know, we probably won't end up not going anywhere. Like I said, I want to go somewhere warm and sit by a beach, and it's also like kind of like, I mean, there's hurricanes moving through. This is not the greatest time to go somewhere like the Caribbean, you know what I mean? Or Mexico. So, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, just to go somewhere warm and sit in a hotel room for a couple days and watch TV, I think that would be great too. So we'll figure it out. But I do want to say this. So today is my first day wearing my pedometer. Caroline was so excited about it. I showed it to her. She was like, she said her dad had one. She was like, oh my God, my dad had one. So I put on my pedometer as soon as I got up today. I'm currently at 3,172 steps. I've been walking today. What's weird about it, okay, is that I don't carry my phone with me everywhere. Watch how close this is. Well, the last time I looked, it was pretty close. So this says 3,172 steps. My phone says 3,012 steps. You can see the last 2 days are shit. Today and yesterday, because I didn't walk yesterday. I have walked more today than I did yesterday. I mean, yesterday, sad. 924 steps. She didn't leave the house last night at all. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I like this. I will say this, like I was standing in line at the post office and it was like 10 steps I walked, but I don't know that there's a huge difference between the phone or the pedometer. Plus this thing kind of like, it has a little clip on it, so it kind of like bites into my side a little bit, but I like it. So last night, okay, I was talking about the comforter that, with the ghosts on it, and that it was time to change the bedding, which I still haven't done today. I made the bed and I didn't change it, but people were giving me different suggestions. Oh, the battery just went to the halfway mark. This early? That's weird. Anyway, this must be the bad battery. So people were giving me suggestions. People were like, well, I loved this suggestion. Somebody said you could look up the company on, I think it's called Maryland, Merryland, or Mary something. I looked it up on Amazon. They have Christmas ones, but I don't like them. Because somebody was like, if you really like the make of that comforter, you could get the same comforter. Maybe they have a different print, which I thought was a great idea. The comment that I loved, though, was when somebody said, well, you could keep the ghosts on there because in the Scrooge, like the Christmas Carol, there's ghosts that come to visit Ebenezer Scrooge. And so, like, it could double as... I think that's cute, and it's kind of a stretch at the same time, okay? So last night, I was like, well, I want another pair of bamboo sheets, but I didn't want to pay as much as we paid the time before. I think I paid $100 for those sheets. So I was like, I want to get a different, like a cheaper brand. And I want some that are like holiday colored, like red or green. There weren't really that many red ones. So I did end up spending like $250 last night on Amazon. I got 2 different comforters. I got a plaid comforter that's not like, doesn't have like the fleece underneath it, because that one is like, gets really warm and Alex gets hot at night. Now I love that comforter, but we have like, I think I had a Pottery Barn years ago. He's going to be so pissed when he finds out that he's going to be like, Peter, we do not need more comforters. I'm like, we're going to have a whole closet full of, we already do. Downstairs are all stocked. Because he puts them in those like Ziploc things. So, but anyway, I was like, I'll either put the gray one on there or whatever. So I got this a plaid comforter. I don't even remember what the brand is, but it comes with pillow shams and stuff. It's different than the one that we have already. So it has green in it and red. Well, that one has green in it too. It's just different. It's different. It kind of looks more like the LL Bean one that I wanted. So, I'm practicing explaining this so that when he's like, hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, get your steps in.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So, and then the other one, he will like this one though. It's beautiful. It reminds me of my Aunt Kathy. He loves my Aunt Kathy's style. So you know, like the blue and white, like china, like we have like the lamps that are like that, and my aunt had she collected a lot of that stuff. Okay, imagine that, but like kind of like a burgundy red, and it's like sleighs going through the snow, and like an old-fashioned Santa Claus, but it's all like cream, and then the print is like a burgundy red. It's beautiful, and it comes with pillow shams. I got that one too, but I don't know what sheets we'll use with that. Probably the red, because we already have red sheets. But I got bamboo green. They're called blackish green. I don't know why. They're like a they're like a Kelly green, but kind of like darkish Kelly green to go with the plaid sheets. I don't think we have any green sheets. We have them like in every color, but I don't think we have green sheets. If we do, I don't remember. I know somebody's going to be like, Peter, do you not remember that on July 6th of 2018? No, I don't keep notes like you guys do. Some of you out there. I don't remember if we have green sheets. I don't like look in the closet and downstairs. I mean, the stack is like literally, this is why Alex is over it, okay? Because the stack of comforters and sheets and things like that is like a mile high. So, and we don't use a top sheet typically. because we just kick up to the end of the bed, so we usually don't use the top sheet. But we use like a comforter, a blanket, and another blanket on top of that. And then Alex pushes it all to my side, and then I fold it all over. Plus, I've been sleeping with Boo Radley's Costco blanket. Alex pulls it over both of us. And then I've also been sleeping with Boo Radley's little purple blanket. It's weird. I'm not somebody that usually does something like that. After PP passed away, I did a little bit. Last night, I was like, no, you cannot do this, because this is you've got to move through the pain. Last night, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this for people that do this kind of stuff, but I was like, this is not healthy for me to take 2 steps back. And I know that Alex would be like, you need to do what you need to do, but I think like we need to keep on moving forward. I almost pulled the purple bed up there because I used to put my arm over the purple bed, and so I thought, well, maybe I could use the purple bed. I was like, no. You need the purple. It's still on the floor. Both beds are on top of each other with the other stuff like folded up. I just can't take it. I think now I could probably take it to the basement where all the dog stuff is on top of the crate. But like we got to dismantle the crate and stuff like that. I said that to Caroline today. She's like, "Why? You're gonna get a dog eventually. Just leave it down there." She's like, "Just leave the crate down there." I mean, the crate is like in a special area. She's like, "Just leave the crate down there." I talked to her about like getting rid of the toys and the costumes, all that kind of stuff. She goes, "I know it like some of it has special meaning, like Pee-Pee's first coat, Pee-Pee's first sweater, like Alex, you know, he never wanted Boo and Tucker to touch that stuff. And so I get it. Like the pajamas that we got for Boo and Tucker, like Alex got, like that were matching our pajamas. Like I wouldn't give those to another dog. But like the other stuff that doesn't have like sentimental meaning to it, why not save it for another dog, you know? So yeah, I have no idea what this is. I'm kind of excited to open this and see what it is. Does it say on here? This is kind of a weird package from Amazon. Oh, this is my other running shorts. So I got black ones. So this must be the other color that I got. What is the brand? I wanted to tell you guys what the brand was. Are you back already?
Yeah.
That was short.
Didn't feel like it. I just booked her at camp.
Nah, don't say the name.
Oh, at your
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. It's not as expensive as I thought, which is great. It sounds nice.
She's doing really good on that leash.
Oh yeah, great.
She's so cute. So these are, I don't know what the brand is. Oh god, that's sticky though on my hands. Yeah, I don't know what the brand is of these, but I got black ones and I got blue ones. I must have got two. Oh, you know what? The black one, I wonder why these were cheaper. The black was a 2-pair, and I just got 1 pair of the blue. I like the blue though. See, they have the compression shorts. I showed these on my Peter Desto channel. They have the compression shorts underneath them. And I had the extra large, and the extra large were good, but these were, like the top short, were super baggy on me. And then the compression shorts were, they would ride up, because they were kind of baggy. So I was like, I need a large. And I tried on the black ones, and they were really, like, I swear by these, you guys. I think they're $35 a pair. Or maybe it was $35.99 for 2 pairs. But I think it was $35 a pair. Say, I wish I could tell you. I said on that video, I was like, I think I'm going to do... Does it say on here what the brand is? It says Sachetto. I know, no, that probably just means satchel, doesn't it? Or bag. It doesn't say what the brand is. The brand starts with an O. I do know that. But I keep on saying I'm gonna link stuff, and then I never do. And I mean, the stuff that I talk about in my videos, like I firmly believe in. Obviously, this is my second round of buying these shorts. Because I love when you watch these Amazon, I mean, I've watched enough of them now because I've talked so much about FTC guidelines and stuff. But when you watch these people and they're like, oh my god, I love this so much. Like, I just got it yesterday. And I'm like, girl, please, okay? Lose me with that shit where you've tried something one time and you love it so much. You know what I mean? I mean, we've all said that. But then your opinion changes. It's like my review videos. I'm like, oh my god, this cookie's so good. And then by the end of it, I'm like, this is gross. I would never, you know what I mean? But to then link it and make money off of it, it's a completely different story, right? It's so disingenuous. But, you know, there are several things that I have. Like, I think the only thing well, I don't know the last thing I've linked. But I remember I linked those Santa candles that I bought. I gotta buy some more of those. Those Santa candles, I really believe in those Santa candles. So I thought about doing a video of like literally all my favorite things I bought from Amazon. Things I keep on buying from Amazon, you know, that I buy over and over and over and over again. Like that Kauai coffee. God, that Kauai coffee is so good. I mean, you can get it at grocery stores and stuff. Or like these shorts. I just bought another round of these shorts. There's so many things on Amazon that if you look through like my, my purchased orders, it's like I just buy them over and over and over again, especially when it was like dog food and dog treats. We did a lot of that on Amazon. I actually looked up, because a lot of people are like, have you done Chewy and Chewy points and stuff like that? I did look up Chewy, and I'll be honest with you, Chewy's more expensive than Amazon for dog food and dog treats. Well, the ones that we were getting. I know my neighbor across the street, because he was showing me all the cat food that they get from Chewy and stuff like that. And he was showing it to me, and he was like, and you can get discount codes and add up points and all this stuff. And I went through it and looked at it, and I was like, I don't think it's any cheap. I think it's actually more expensive at Chewy. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Not something I have to worry about anytime in the near future. I'm trying to think of what else I get from Amazon that I would swear by. I don't know. I'd have to go through my stuff and look and see. But a lot of stuff that I buy, I keep on buying over and over and over again because I really believe in it. I'm like thinking through all my cabinets right now. We've got so many Post-it notes. Oh, you know what I do need, because when Boo Radley, we were keeping his medicine on that, was the Post-it note pads that were like little legal pads. They were like this big. I love those because I can keep lists on them. I mean, I have so many notebooks and pads and stuff, but I would like to get some more of those. I think the last time I looked, they didn't have those exact ones, so I got something else. But anyway. So yeah, Caroline and I ran around today. It was nice. It was nice. We listened to some music and we laughed a little bit. It was a good day. And then she brought me back here and helped me bring the stuff in. And I had already decided at that point. It was like between Costco and here that I was kind of like, I think maybe I will do the unboxing. It makes sense to do it today. And then I was like, after the unboxing, I'm just going to do my vlog and then I'm going to walk. I can't believe Alex hasn't texted me yet. He left so early. He was like, I might come home a little early today. I will text him and ask him. What time? Oh, what time are you done today, babe? If he calls me, that means he's getting in his car. What is this? What was I gonna say? Oh, so when I came home, my plan was just to do, what is going on? It looks like I'm on a call. Hello? Hello? I'm not on a call. I don't understand. I'm so confused. I thought I was just going to do the Peter Does Stuff video, but then at the end of it, when I got the candles, I was like, well, since I'm sitting right here, I will do the candle review. And then when I got done with the candle review, I was like cleaning up all the stuff. Why is it still doing this? Why is my phone acting this way? It's acting so bizarre. When I got done with the candle review, I was like, oh, I'm going to do my book video because I finally finished that God of the Woods the other night. And so I was like, I'll do my book reaction. I was like, no, just put these 2 videos up and go vlog and enjoy doing your vlog. And then just, you'll get that up and whatever. That person looked familiar to me that I just drove by, and not from a meeting, not from this neighborhood. Just looked like this friend of mine from a meeting. It's always interesting. I always think, like, in my neighborhood, I know so many people that are older that go to meetings, and I always think that, like, when my mom lived in here, why is it doing this? My phone is acting up so weird. Oh, bloody, oh, bloody, life goes on. When my mom lived in here, there was another woman in here that they both went to meetings and were sober together. Oh, you know what? The battery is dying, so I'm going to go inside and get another battery. Where are we at on time, just so I know? 28 minutes and 42 seconds. Okay, I will be right back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I actually have already been back, but then I stopped at like 10 seconds in because I was like, did I just delete the previous part of this video? So I had to go back in and check to make sure that I hadn't deleted the previous 2 parts of the video, which I hadn't, thank God. But spit my tongue. Ouch. It didn't feel really cold sitting here before. But as soon as I got up to go inside, it's like, it does, I mean, if I show you guys the camera, you'll be like, it's not getting dark at all. But I looked, like I opened the door and I looked, somebody was walking by and I was like, it's starting to look kind of dark outside. And then I was like, and it's getting cold. Like I'm starting to feel cold. Like I almost grabbed my sweatshirt. And I was like, how did I sit here for like an hour? I guess it does make sense. Well, what did I say when I started it? Was it 67 when I started it? Let's see what the temperature is now, if it actually has gotten colder. Oh my God, our house last night, because he turned up, it's 64, it went down 3 degrees. Did I say 67 or did I say 64 earlier? I don't know, you guys let me know. But, because when the guy came to fix the heat last night, or yesterday, when he came to fix the heat yesterday, he turned it up to like 77, but it like got up to like 74 or whatever. It like never really went down in our house. I mean, our house is so tiny and like, I guess well insulated that even though it like, the upstairs gets cold in the winter, you know, and the downstairs like, you know, because it's in the basement or whatever. But like it never really went down. And like, when we went upstairs and I took a nap and Alex went to sleep, I was like, damn, it's hot in here. I finally turned on the air conditioning. It was so hot. It was like, it would not go down. I was like, what is going on? It will not go down. So yeah, but these poor moms. I was talking about cooking something in some water. Oh, she's talking on the phone. She likes cooking, she said. She's got bright purple hair. She's got bright purple leggings on and bright blue shoes. That's what I need to wear when I'm walking down the street. Nobody will miss me then. I go for comfort. I wear shorts and a hoodie. And I always keep my reading glasses in my hoodie like this. And I usually walk with my phone. Well, now I have my pedometer on me. Now I'll have my pedometer on me. Okay, so tonight's Wednesday. So what do I have to watch tonight? Well, Alex and I'll probably wait until tomorrow night to watch The Housewives. But tonight, okay, we got New York, I think, was on last night. So tonight we have Salt Lake City, but we'll probably wait until tomorrow. Oh my God, these people, all these people are like walking so fast. Now it's making me want to get my shoes on and go walk. So we got Salt Lake City and New York. One was on last night. I don't remember which one. The other one's on tonight. So we have both of those, but we'll probably save them until tomorrow. Oh my God, tomorrow is... It's tomorrow part 1 of, yeah, New York just started. Salt Lake City's, is Salt Lake City done? No. Tomorrow's part 1 of Orange County Reunion. Oh my God, it's going to be so good. So we'll probably watch those tomorrow night. I did not watch 1,000 Pound. Did I watch 1,000 Pound Sisters? Why do I feel like I did? I feel like I watched 1,000 Pound Sisters already. Did I watch 1,000 Pound Sisters this week? I know, I caught up with it. I'm going in here to look and see. Should I watch 1,000 Pound Best Friends? What do y'all think? Here are the top 10 shows on Max right now. The Penguin, I have no desire to watch that. Sister Wives is in the top 10. It's Florida Man, Before They Kill Again. Holiday Baking Championship. What is this Breath of Fire? Why did I think that I wanted to watch this? A revealing docuseries chronicling the shocking secret history of some kind of yoga, Kundalini yoga, and the evolution of one of its most prominent leaders. Why does that look so good to me? Caroline would probably love something like that. She loves this religious cult. It's Florida Man. This is in the top 10. This late-night comedy series highlights the strangest stories from the Sunshine State, reenacted by some of Hollywood's favorite actors. I have no desire. What are the top 10 movies this week? The Hangover, The Trap. I do want to watch The Trap. Elf, Goodfellas, Jurassic Park, The Polar Express. There's a Polar Express 2? Oh, 20th anniversary. Is it really the 20th anniversary? That's one of my favorite Christmas movies of life. Why do these glasses get so dirty so quick? All these people are watching Christmas movies. Christmas Vacation. Which one is this? The Vampire something. The Vampire's Assistant, Cirque du Freak. Oh, Fufu used to read those books. I've never. Maxine. Oh, wow, that Maxine movie was good. That's that trilogy, that X trilogy. Where's 1,000 Pound Sisters? Why is it not pulling up, 1,000 Pound Sisters? 1,000 Pound Sisters. Here it is. Isn't there a new one this week? Why is it pulling up season 1 when we're on season 6? It says I've watched all of them. Isn't it on Tuesday nights? Wouldn't it already be on Max? We'll go over and see if... I don't know, maybe it wasn't on last night, or maybe it's just not up there yet. But 1,000 Pound Sisters I have to watch. The Golden Bachelorette is on tonight. I haven't watched last week's yet. I'm kind of bored of it, to be honest with you. I like it, but I'm kind of bored with it too. So I'll probably have that on the background while I'm doing something else. The Golden Bachelorette Survivor's on tonight. I will watch Survivor after midnight. I love Survivor. And it's getting really, really good. It's after, everybody that's on it now will make the jury. That was as of last week. So I'm really excited about that. And then, so I'll watch Survivor tonight. Amazing Race doesn't come back till 2025. This season of Survivor is good, though. And then I'll probably watch more Matlock and Elsbeth tonight. Those are like, I'm really loving lighting the candles. I really, to be honest with you, I bought those 2 wax warmers that look like fireplaces, and I haven't used them yet. I mean, like, I think 2 or 3 times I've used the one that's by the fireplace. So I think the other one I'm going to plug into the kitchen, and I'm going to use that tonight. Have a little fireplace going, and then... and no, I have not called about the fireplace yet. I need to do that. It's on, literally every day. Okay, so I make a list of all the videos I'm making, like vlog, drama, Petersons. I go and I do it twice. So I put like vlog, and then I'll put like record, post. And so then I put a line through it when I'm done with it, right? While it's uploading, I put a check mark to the right. I'm very organized with this. If I make the thumbnail, it has a dot to the left. When it's completely done, I put a check mark and I circle it next to it. That's my system, okay? But at the bottom of that, I have like things I have to do. Like if I have cameos to do, I put cameos on there and whatever. Fireplace has been on there, I mean, probably at this point, 3 months. That was that woman again driving around here that I know. I swear to God, I know her from a meeting. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When my mom lived in here, this woman passed away before my mom. There was another woman in here that they knew each other from meetings, and they were like friendly with each other and stuff like that. And my mom loved this woman, and she lived on the water, because I can remember my mom used to say she'd always take the boat out on the water, like this little rowboat and stuff like that, and do this Serenity stuff. But it's so weird to me that I don't run into people at meetings from my neighborhood. That like I'm the only sober person in this entire neighborhood. Like it seems bizarre to me. I can't be. What's weird is that there's a meeting not too far from us over there that Tanya and I went to a couple times, and I knew people at that meeting, but I mean, not anybody from this neighborhood. There's a couple other meetings this way. I mean, there's meetings all around this area. There's actually a clubhouse probably like 15 minutes drive from me, 10 or 15 minutes drive from me. Tanya and I have gone to a couple meetings there. I've gone to a lot. When I first got sober, I went to a lot of meetings there. But there's actually a meeting that's like, I could walk to it. It's the same night as my home group, but I could walk to it on Tuesday nights from here. It's just, I think it's a very small group. But if there were people in here that were sober, I would think they would go to that meeting because it's like super, super close. But I've never been to it before. I've thought about it a lot, but I haven't been to it before. So I might try that sometime this winter and go to that meeting and just see. I mean, everybody in my neighborhood knows that I'm sober. Like, I mean... It's not like I'm like, hi, I'm Peter, I'm sober, but like most of the people that I've become friends with in the neighborhood, let's say if like I'm friendly with like 20, 30 people in the neighborhood, like at some point in the conversation, whether it was at the pool or talking in the yard or whatever, it's come up at some point. Because somebody will say something like, oh, you should come over for a glass of wine. And I'd be like, oh, I'd love to come over, but I don't drink. Oh, you don't drink? No, I've been sober for 29 years. You know, at some point it's come up in a conversation somehow. So, I mean, with a majority of people. Like my neighbor was just said to me yesterday, she was talking about her dad is really, really sick. I think he's like in his 90s or something. And so she was saying to us, she was like, I want to have you guys over. And she was like, we can split a bottle of wine. And she's like, and Alex can come over because, you know, we'll have wine for him. And she's like, I want to go have you guys over for dinner and just kind of fill you in on everything that's going on. And so we were talking about it. She's like, Peter, I know you don't drink, but I'll have something special for you. And she's always really sweet. So, it's interesting, like, how many people, like, ask me questions in this neighborhood. Like, I've honestly had... Like some people that I know well and other people that I don't know really, really well at all will ask me stuff about family members, like their kids or their siblings or whatever, or even their parents, about being concerned about like drinking or drug problems. They'll ask me like, I know you're sober, like, what do you think about this? I'm like, well, just based on my experience, this is what I think or whatever. But I've connected a couple people in here to friends of mine in Al-Anon because they wanted to get involved in Al-Anon. So I've connected some people in here to that. But it's weird that, like, I mean, nobody's said to me, like, oh, do you know so-and-so, they're sober too. Like, nobody's ever said that to me. Maybe I'm the only sober one, which is kind of weird that in this house, ever since June 2nd of, this has been a sober house since June 2nd of 1995, because my mom got sober June 2nd of 1995. She moved in here in December of 1994 when I was in treatment. But so since June 2nd when my mom got sober, this has been a sober house, which means, I mean, not a sober house, like Alex has, you know, alcohol in here and stuff like that. It's weird too, because people always ask me about that. They're like, does it bother you if Alex drinks or has alcohol in the house? It doesn't bother me at all. But I won't say that there never has been a time that it hasn't bothered me, but Alex and I have talked through it. But what's weird, and I've talked about the can and the refrigerator and whatever before, but what's weird to me is, I can remember back in the day, he'd be like, do you care if I get a bottle of wine and, like, you know, watch a movie or whatever tonight? I'd be like, no, not at all, you know? And, but he hasn't done that in forever. What's really strange is that my husband was never a big soda drinker. I mean, he's a fanatical water drinker. But, like, in watching shows or, like, movies or whatever, like, he'll have, like, 2 Cokes back to back. Like, he just got a case of Coke the other day. He went to the grocery store. It was when we were at Fresh Time. He got, like, a case or 2 of those 12 packs of Coke and all the Cokes in the refrigerator. He's like a Coke. Like, he loves, like, Coke. Not Diet Coke, not Diet Dr. He likes Coke. He doesn't like Sprite. He doesn't like Dr. Pepper. If I ask him, he'd be like, gross, Dr. Pepper. Every once in a while, he'll drink a Diet Coke if it's the only thing in there. When I used to have Diet Coke in there, he'd be like, can I have that? Because I got a Diet Coke to do one of those dirty soda things with, and he was like, and it had been sitting in there for a while, and I think he got pizza or something, and he didn't get any soda, and he was like, can I have that Diet Coke? I was like, yeah, babe, I can get another one. Maybe it was a Coke that I had in there. I can't remember. But every once in a blue moon, he'll have, like, a Diet Coke in mine, but he wouldn't drink Diet. I don't think he would drink. Maybe he's had a Diet Dr. Pepper. I don't remember, unless he's, like, really thirsty for, like, a Coke or something like that. But to have just, like, sit here and have a beer, that he would never. Like, back in the day, like, during the lockdown, like, White Claws and stuff like that, and Trulies. but I don't remember, like, because all of his girlfriends would get on, like, you know, like, a Zoom call together. But I can't even remember the last time that he ever, like, bought Trulies or any of, I was going to say Zimas. God, that really dated me. In the house. I mean, like, in that corner by the kitchen, like, somebody gave him some weird liqueur. It's like, I don't even know what the flavor is. I don't even know why he keeps it. He's never opened it. It's like 3 or 4 years old. And then there's, like, a bottle. I don't even think we have any. We used to, like, in the garage, we'd have a box that people would give us alcohol, and so we would just keep it in there. And somebody would, like we'd go to something, he'd just take it as a gift. But, like, I think we have, like, a bottle of champagne that somebody gave him for his, like, birthday a couple years ago, and he saved that. It's like a special bottle of champagne. It's like one of those, I don't even know it's like some fancy brand of champagne that I don't even know about. But other than, and I think there might be one in that corner by the refrigerator, or a bottle of wine or something. But other than that, like, I think that's it that we have in the house. Which is, I mean, he's kind of slowed down a lot on it, you know? With his girlfriends and stuff. Like, the other night, I said something to him about when he was playing games. He was like, yeah, he's like, we each had like a drink. And he's like, then we all kind of were drinking soda because we didn't want to feel like shit the next day. That's mature, isn't it? I don't think I ever did that with my friends, but anyway. Anywho, all the who's down in Whoville. And it's a weird time of year because, like people ask me, like, what do you think, like, on my Q&A that I did in Popular Opinions, they're like, people that put their Christmas trees up. I'm like, put your Christmas tree up on Easter. I could give a shit. You know what I mean? It's your house. Put all your Christmas stuff up. I love Christmas stuff. It makes me feel homey. But here's the thing. It's not Halloween anymore, but it doesn't feel Christmassy either. Like, I'm not ready to put up the Christmas stuff. But then this is what happens, right? Like, the week of Christmas, or week of Thanksgiving, I feel very rushed. But then, like, right after Thanksgiving, I want all the Christmas stuff up. But then we're, like, a month away from Christmas, and it doesn't feel like we have the Christmas stuff up early enough. Can somebody tell me what is the perfect day to put up your Christmas stuff? Oh, there she is walking around again in her purple and blue. She's still talking about dinner tables and stuff like that. She must be a chef or something. She likes to cook. She's talking to her Tinder date, girl. Are you talking to your Tinder date? I wish she'd tell me all about it. See, I miss that stuff from the pool. That's kind of stuff. But anyway, she's walking fast. It's also one of those kind of nights where it's like the temperature drops quickly. Should we see if it's, what did I say it was before? 63? I think I remembered that. Because it feels colder right now. It's kind of one of those nights too where it's like, do I wear a hoodie? Because like the other night when I wore a hoodie, I kind of got warm walking in a hoodie. But it's like, it's too... Oh, I have a long t-shirt. I could wear a long t-shirt tonight. No, it's still 63. It doesn't say sunny anymore, though. It says fair. Fair. Fair is fair. So I don't know, like, to wear a hoodie or to wear a long shirt tonight. Yeah, I don't know. Oh blah dee, oh blah da, life goes on, ya da da da, life goes on. That's why I called my vlog the other night, Life Goes On. Tonight, you know what I'm gonna call this vlog? Fair is fair! I'm gonna call it Fair is Fair. Oh. Today, I am grateful for another day alive. I'm grateful for eyesight and the ability to use my arms and my legs. I'm grateful for good health today. I'm grateful for food to eat, clean water to drink. I'm grateful for experiencing everything that the world has to offer me today. I'm grateful for kindness, compassion, love, and understanding in the world. I'm grateful for my husband and our marriage. I'm grateful for the experiences that I had with Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee. I'm grateful for Caroline for picking me up and my relationship with her. There's our mom's friend right there. She's walking by. She's got her sunglasses on. It's almost dark outside. I'm grateful for my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws. Grateful for my nephews. I'm grateful for my dad and my stepmom. I'm grateful for Tanya Jean and Mel and Nikki and Ballerini and all my friends, my recovery friends, and my sponsor. Grateful for being able to make videos on YouTube. I'm grateful for all of you guys out there, and the ability to get on here every single day and just share what's going on and talk about life. And like I said yesterday and I said it again today, this is just always feels like such a safe place. I'm so grateful for having a safe place to come and share my life. I'm grateful for TV shows to let me escape, the ability to go walk. Grateful for my new walking shorts, my pedometer, good cup of coffee, as always. And I'm grateful for a roof over my head and a comfortable bed and pillow to lay my head on tonight before I go to bed. And that's a lot to be grateful for. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.